The Nigerian government says it's studying reports that some COVID-19 patients might experience some respiratory challenges after recovery. A study in China had earlier claimed that even after patients might have been cured of COVID-19 infection, the virus can still trigger some health issues. Responding to questions on the long-term effect of the disease, coordinator of the PTF, Sani Aliu, agreed that indeed some patients abroad have experienced respiratory issues and inflammation after recovering from COVID-19.
In a way, COVID is still an early infection, but what is clearly emerging is that sequelae appears to be a major health problem post-COVID. There are patients globally that have continued to have a lot of breathlessness, fatigue, and body pains more than a month after recovering from COVID. There are also inflammatory changes that have persisted both in the heart as well as in the lungs in terms of CT scans. And possibly in terms of clues on how COVID may leave its mark on the body, we should actually look at SARS, which is the first coronavirus that was described, because it has a fairly similar sort of spectrum. The only thing being that it causes more severe lung disease. And with SARS, there have been, more than 2 years after SARS, patients that have had SARS continue to have significantly reduced lung capacity in terms of their ability to exercise, etc. So what I'm trying to say here is, yes, a lot of people survive COVID. 80% will only have mild to moderate illness. Only 20% will end up in hospital. Only a small fraction would die. But even for those that survive, they can end up with significant comorbidities. So the more reason why we should try and avoid catching COVID in the first place.
Meanwhile, on his part, Director General, Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Chikwe Hekwazu, revealed that the first 100 recovered patients in Nigeria are being monitored to ascertain the possible effect of the virus on the long term.
Research is ongoing. We have a study called the first few hundred cases that have started, where we're looking at the clinical features, risk factors of all the people diagnosed with this disease. So research will come out, but research needs time. And that's really a fact of life. So we keep studying, and that's how we've come up with what we know already. And this knowledge will keep evolving, and we keep adapting what we know and use it to adapt the response.